The Jake Asman Show. Time now for some quick hits.
We gotta move quickly.
There's no time.
Move fast there, come on! And here we go on a Thursday installment of America's favorite sports talk radio segment. It is time for quick hits right here on the Jake Asman Show. Quick hits this morning brought to you by Freol. Deep penetrating oil, industrial strength Freol spreads deep into rusted or frozen parts, freeing them with ease. The 3-part formula delivers 3 times more lubricant. It takes less spray, less torque, and less time than any other penetrating oil to get the job done. Freol is also body shop safe, which means it's safe on paint, plastic parts, and is silicone free. You can find Freol on the shelves at any AutoZone, O'Reilly, or Napa Auto Parts store, and also at select Walmart stores. We begin quickest this morning by hearing from the head coach of the New York Jets, Robert Saleh. He was on the NFL Network last night during the NFL's schedule release, and we know that the Jets Week 1 will be taking on Sam Darnold and the Panthers. So Rich Eisen asked Robert Saleh, is the plan for Zach Wilson to start against Sam Darnold Week 1?
So what is your plan for Zach Wilson?
The plan for everyone is to try to get these guys to the level where they're all starting and to give them a chance, their best chance to compete. You know, I always challenge anyone to talk to anybody on the 90-man roster as they're preparing for training camp to ask them whether or not they're preparing to be a backup or a starter. And I promise you, they're all trying to be starters. And so we're going to approach everybody on the roster to do our best to help them become what their vision is.
So a bunch of nothing there from Robert Saleh, if we're being honest. I mean, he's not going to come out and say Wilson's the Week 1 starter, but all the indications from the Jets have been Wilson's the guy. If he leaves the huddle, could get the Jets in and out of the huddle into the offense, Zach Wilson's your Week 1 starter. And right now, while I do think the Jets might ultimately sign a veteran, they still haven't yet. Like right now, the Jets quarterback depth chart is James Morgan and I don't even know who Mike White, I think, is the other backup on the team right now. Like, I haven't even paid attention to it because I just know Zach Wilson is going to start. I think the Jets should sign a veteran. Sign Brian Hoyer, sign Nick Mullins. Mullins would be my preference because he knows the offense, so maybe he can help Zach learn the Shanahan system the Jets will be running. But ultimately, Zach Wilson's playing Week 1. Saleh is not going to come out and just anoint him the job because his mantra is, all about having as much competition as possible. But ultimately, Rod, the matchup we all want to see, the matchup we're going to get is Wilson versus Darnold Week 1. I have no doubt about that one.
No, I think that's the way it's trending unless if one of them was unfortunate enough to get injured or something like that. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold. I mean, Panthers, you gave up, some potential prospects and picks for your next, I don't want to say franchise quarterback, but it's probably what it's going to be. It kind of leans that way. And obviously, Zach Wilson is projected to be the franchise quarterback of the Jets. I want to see these two duke it out. I don't think it's a battle for New York at all or anything like that. Who was better in green, but it definitely. And I don't really think there's anything for either one to prove over the other. But maybe it does start a little rivalry that could be kind of fun, right?
It is one of those things where Zach Wilson will forever be compared to Sam Darnold. And Zach Wilson's also going to be compared to Trevor Lawrence. And he's going to be compared to the other guys that were picked after him. Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin Fields. I mean, that's just how it goes. But you know what? Sam Darnold's also going to be compared to Zach Wilson. And he's also going to be compared to the other guys in his class. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. That's just kind of how it goes. Right now, you look at the 2018 quarterback class, Sam Darnold has been the worst of that class besides, obviously, Josh Rosen. And I don't think that will end up being the case. I think Sam will have success. But there's no argument right now that Baker's been better, Allen's been better, Lamar's been better. The only quarterback Sam's been better than is Josh Rosen. And when you took the guy 3rd overall, you thought maybe you were getting the best player in that draft class, right? Baker Mayfield kind of came out of nowhere to go number 1. The prevailing thought throughout the college football season was Sam Darnold's going 1, going to the Browns. And he fell to the Jets at 3, as we all know, after the Jets moved up. So we shall see, but you're not going to get much from Saleh there. I think ultimately the Jets' actions have indicated they're going to give Wilson every opportunity to be the Week 1 starter, and I'd be shocked if he wasn't. How about Tom Brady? Tom Brady says that he's a normal guy and that he's down to earth. This was Tom Brady on a Complex podcast yesterday.
I wasn't born like a prodigy, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't born like a 3-year-old that the world just bestowed greatness on, you know? It was like I had a process I went through. I had a lot of normal moments in my life to create some type of baseline against.
Yeah.
Maybe the most challenging people are the people that don't have those things. You know, they really don't have anything that's relatable to anybody. I have a lot of things that are relatable to a lot of people just based on my experience in my life. So I feel like I'm pretty grounded in that sense. And I've around a lot of people that keep me grounded.
Is Tom Brady a normal guy, Ron? Is he just like us?
I've often looked at him as that child prodigy, like Tiger Woods. I think that's who he was hinting about, you know, being a 3-year-old. Because who doesn't remember Tom Brady at 3 years old chucking the skin 70 plus yards, right?
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, is he a guy just like us?
One of us.
One
of us. One of us. What
I think
movie's
some
that from?
form. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I've seen
One of us. One of
I need
us.
to watch that. I've seen all the bits and pieces of it. I haven't sat down and watched it from beginning to end.
You've never seen the movie?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an all-time Martin
No, I know
Scorsese.
I know it's a great film. That's why I've said I've pretty much have seen the film, but haven't seen it from beginning to end.
You're familiar with Matthew McConaughey's scene in the movie.
No, that's that.
He's pounding his chest.
Oh no, yeah. No, yeah.
No, I mean,
No.
I don't know if you can continue to produce the show if you've never seen Wolf of Wall Street.
I have seen that scene. I'm just letting you do it because you know this might be the best part of Quick Hits ever.
This also might be a future promo, knowing how you operate around here. Anyhow, yes.
But no, I don't think he's one of us. I mean, you know, do you and I have 6 Super Bowl rings?
7.
That's right.
No, I get what Brady's saying.
we all have 7. I was just saying, do you? I have 6. No, but we have 7.
I wish. I'd like to see my team just win 1 in my lifetime. Brady is likable, though. I know maybe a lot of the Jet fans listening won't like that, but now that he's not with the Patriots, like I got nothing against him. Like I think it's better that he won in Tampa because it hurts the Patriot fan. Like you now have to share Tom Brady with the Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Like
Forever.
Brady's resume is he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He won 6 Super Bowls with Belichick, then leaves Bill and goes and wins with Bruce Arians his first year in a COVID season at age 43. You'll never top that on the resume. It's Tom Brady's greatest accomplishment in my mind to do what he did his first year in Tampa. And Patriot fans cry. You have to share Brady now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans.
Right. And the other best part about it, I mean, he has all the Patriot record books, right? I mean, it's easy. He has a lot of Buccaneer records already.
Yes.
In the first year.
Single season records. He's got all
Single season records. I think, you know, some are borderline career marks because they've never had a good quarterback.
It's amazing. So, like, you know, I as a Jet fan, I love Brady going because him winning there hurts the Patriots. It makes Bill look worse. It stings for the Patriot fan. He doesn't get to finish his career there. I mean, the Patriots were 7-9 a year ago. Now they have Mac Jones. Mac Jones ain't going to be Tom Brady. I can almost promise you that. So good luck. We'll see how it all plays out. But yeah, I mean, I have no issue with Tom personally. The fact that he went to Tampa and won, I think, you know, it is great if you're, you know, looking at it from a anti-Patriot standpoint. That's how I look at it. Nicholas writes in, Brady wants to go undefeated. He does want to go undefeated. I'm sure he does. I mean, he said that he'd trade away 2 Super Bowl rings if he could have the undefeated season with the Pats back in 2007. Travis writes in, I kind of believe Brady. He is the true story of hard work without elite natural talent. I think that's the case, right? Brady, as great as he is, physically speaking, he's not the most physically gifted quarterback. He's not Mahomes. He's not Aaron Rodgers, right? He's not even like Jay Cutler as far as like physical tools, but he's the smartest quarterback to maybe ever do it. Hardest working quarterback to maybe ever do it. I mean, I think Travis nailed it. True story of hard work without elite natural talent. That's Tom Brady. So I got no issue with Tom. Urban Meyer has explained the Tim Tebow signing. Well, technically, Tim Tebow hasn't been signed yet, but Urban Meyer was on the Pro Football Focus podcast with Chris Collinsworth. And here's Urban on why his team is likely they're going to sign Tim Tebow.
Yeah, we have not signed Tim. There's a thought going around. You know, he He was in the best shape of his life, asked to see if he could work out with a couple of our coaches. I wasn't even there. And they came back to me and said, wow, this guy's in incredible shape. And I said, then I went another time and watched him try him out. And they said, go work on these things. He comes back later. They try him out again. I'm not there. And they come in and they said, wow, this guy's ball skills. He's a great athlete. He looks like he's 18 years old, not 20, whatever he is, 33. And I said, guys, you don't understand now. This guy is, he's the most competitive maniac you're ever going to talk to. And let's give it a shot. And I have not decided if we're going to do that or not yet. I'm getting close. I got to make a decision here pretty soon.
Urban, that kind of sounds like a decision's been made based on all your comments there. It sounds like you're kind of trying to justify it with, the old, he's in the best shape of his life. He doesn't look like he's about to be a 34-year-old tight end that's never played the position. Look, Tim Tebow's a great guy. I hate having to slander him, but this is nothing more than a publicity stunt. This is nothing more than let's sell out games in the preseason. If you love Tim Tebow so much, bring him on as an assistant coach. If you want him to influence the locker room, what's he going to teach Trevor Lawrence? How to throw ducks? I'm sorry. It's just the whole thing is ridiculous. I like Tim Tebow, the person. I respect the hell out of what he's done in his life, how he lives his life. But this is stupid, man. He's going to be 34 years old. It's taking a roster spot and taking attention away from a team that already has a lot going for them that's interesting. You don't need to add Tim Tebow and the circus that is Tebow time to this team.
All right, I'm going to do you one better. Not only are the Jaguars going to sign him, he's going to become a legitimate threat in short yardage situations.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He will be.
Stop it.
He will be. Just have this. I have this feeling he's going to be used for, hey, we need a yard to get a first down. We need to punch it into the end zone. I just have a feeling that he's going to perform. I'm not going to say he's going to be Pro Bowl material, but I think that if you had him on your fantasy team at some point, the touchdowns he might be getting, it might be stealing from other players, you might notice.
He's not even going to make the team.
I think he'll make the team.
He won't make the team, but they'll bring him back as a coach. Or maybe they put him on the practice squad.
I don't think they'll do that, but I think he makes the team. I for whatever reason, I have no idea why I even think this way. Just call it a hunch that this will happen, and it shouldn't. I'm 100% with you that, you know what, retire as a baseball player, that's fine, but I don't know why.
If he wanted to play tight end, he should have done this 8 years ago.
He should have.
It's 2021. How am I still talking about Tim Tebow on the radio?
And we all know that the only reason why he's getting this opportunity is because Urban Meyer, his former coach at Florida, is now head coach of the Jaguars.
Of course.
That's the only reason why he's getting this opportunity, and he's going to make the most of it.
The only positive of Tim Tebow potentially coming back with the Jacksonville Jaguars is this. Everyone listen up. You could draft him in fantasy with your last pick.
That's right.
Everyone in their fantasy league has that guy that's going to draft Tim Tebow with the last pick, right? But maybe Tim Tebow gets drafted before some of the kickers and defenses go in fantasy football.
I will say this as well. If he does make the Jaguars roster, would you consider it a miracle?
No, because I think Urban Meyer loves him so much.
The only reason
he might
why
just put him on the roster.
The only reason why I bring this up is because he is one miracle away from achieving sainthood, technically speaking.
I see what you're doing there.
He has performed 2 miracles already. He usually takes 3 for you to achieve sainthood.
Tim Tebow, a man,
Saint Timothy,
half
Tebow.
Man, half God. The only time I really believed in religion was when he was winning playoff games with the Broncos. I mean, it's Tebow time to stretch. It's just unbelievable.
I think, you know what? I mean, the Jaguars are smart. They would go for it 100% and start hanging Tebow time flags on the light post as you're arriving to the stadium.
What a ridiculous
Tebow time
clown move.
Have Tebow time
Urban
towels.
Meyer. What a circus.
Tebow time towels, Jake. You're going to get one.
It's a circus. Matt Harvey was back at Citi Field yesterday. You know, the guy that once started an all-star game there, pitched great for the Mets in 2015, coming off Tommy John, led them to the World Series, and then, well, it all fell apart after that. So many injuries. Matt Harvey has never been the same. But Matt Harvey, for the first time in his career, took the mound at Citi Field against the team that drafted him, the New York Mets. Harvey did not pitch well with the Orioles. He had been having a pretty good year, but yesterday he allowed 7 runs in 4 innings in his first ever start at Citi Field against the Mets. But before the game, when he took the mound, standing ovation from Met fans. When he came up for his first at-bat, standing ovation for Met fans. When he left the game in the fourth inning, standing ovation for Met fans. So the Met fan, I believe, did the right thing. Matt Harvey, him failing in New York was not because he didn't want to be great. It's not because he just didn't try. His body broke down. And the stat I always go back to is this. No pitcher has ever thrown more innings coming off Tommy John than Matt Harvey did in 2015.
Yeah,
he sacrificed his body for that team to have a chance to win a ring. And I think ultimately it didn't work out because of the injuries, but he should be forever appreciated for that. And I think the Met fans did the right thing yesterday, cheering him throughout.
I think the Mets completely mishandled him. The became the running joke for a while. The Mets medical team completely destroyed whatever greatness he was going to have. And the only thing I wish for, and I know you do too, is that it could have been a full capacity crowd because there was only about 8,000 people in the stands.
Correct. Yeah, he got a huge hand from the crowd. And listen to Harvey afterwards here. I have never heard Matt Harvey sound like this before. This was Matt Harvey afterwards on the reception, what it meant to him that he, was cheered so much by the Met fans.
A lot of excitement, a lot of memories. Obviously, there's been so many ups and downs here at this ballpark and with this organization that, I didn't really know what to expect. And what they gave me, what the fans gave me out there was pretty incredible. Was holding back tears. I'm not going to lie about that. It was pretty hard holding them back. And it reminded me of, a lot of the good memories and coming off the field with, an ovation like that. It brought a lot back, and it was very special to me. Something I'll never forget.
It just shows you if you have a modicum of success in New York, the fan base will never forget that. Regardless if it's the Yankees, the Mets, the Knicks, the Jets, the Giants, it doesn't matter the team. You win in New York, it's different than anywhere else. And Harvey didn't even win in New York, but he electrified the Met fan for his first 3 years in the league. Started the All-Star game at Citi Field, which was a big deal at the time. And I'm glad he got cheered because Matt Harvey. He didn't handle everything right with the Mets. There's no doubt. There was a lot of immaturity there, a lot of things I'm sure he's admitted that he wished he could do over. But when the guy was at his best, Harvey Day, he was as good as any pitcher in the game. So I'm glad he was cheered. I'm glad he's figured out how to, maybe reinvent himself later in his career. He was not good yesterday, but that was his first truly bad start that we've seen from him. So the Met fans, I thought they did the right thing yesterday, cheering Matt Harvey. That wraps it up for Quick Hits here on a Thursday morning. Coming up next, your calls, 800-224-2004. We'll get to the phones and much more. Eitan Shander in 10 minutes as well. We'll come right back here on a Thursday on Sports Map Radio.